Everyone doing today? We are so excited. There's so many things going on. Oh, and I've got something that wasn't supposed to be there, and somehow it showed up. How did that happen? There we go. Maybe something else will show up later, but that's for another story. How's everyone doing today? I want to talk to you about this concept of asking the universe, and we're going to talk about that and so much more. Asking the universe, the concept, and we're all over the place. So please engage in the chat. For all of you that are seeing this later on, engage in the chat as well, and we will be right there to take care of your questions and to answer anything. Absolutely share and like and forward this on. We are talking about some things on these lives that I do that are highly important to your success and to our creation of a better universe across the board. And that's my focus with everything that I do. How do we make this world better? How do we make our society better? And how do we do that one person at a time? And that is when we're in full control and we step up and we do all that we're supposed to do. And everybody does that. Everything works. And so absolutely share in the chat. And when you do, not all the names are showing up the way we have things set up. So absolutely give me an idea of who is speaking, because it may not be self-evident for me. And engage in the conversation. So today we're talking about asking the universe, and for some framework around this, the concepts of what you put out there, you get back. How to engage in the universe so that we receive from the universe. How to engage in the universe so that this understanding of universal vibration steps in to create a greatness in your world and abundance. It's been talked about in a lot of different ways. When we start considering The Secret from several years back, and The Secret was a focus in on this whole concept of law of attraction, which is part of what this is all about. Hey, James. Welcome, and continue to participate. So, I'm sorry. My eyes are playing tricks on me. It's Jenna, not James. Jenna, thanks for sharing and saying hi. And everybody else, say hi and participate in the conversation. Are you familiar with the law of attraction? Are you familiar with The Secret? Are you familiar with the concept of what you put out there, you get back? How are you applying it into your world may make the difference as to where you show up. And I'll talk about a few different places and where this happens. And there are examples all over the place on how people are basically speaking into, and so this is another way of looking at speaking into the universe, saying, hey, this is what I want. This is who I am. This is what is going to happen to me, speaking in the present tense. This is what I am. This is who I am. And this is how the world's going to unfold before my eyes. And so it's an absolute, it's a knowingness that you're speaking into the universe that I am going to create $1 million. I'm going to be a top level speaker, trainer. My podcasts are going to be number one, known and listened to throughout the world. These are all that concept of putting out there and getting back. I believe the universe is always listening. Yes. So I'm going to go deep and go wide in these conversations in a few different ways. One of the things that fascinates me is that I hear people talking and about The Secret and the law of attraction, and what you put out there, you get back. And people will absolutely believe this. And they will speak it and actually talk about it. And oh my gosh. And they have their gratitude journal. They've got their affirmations. They're absolutely playing this full out. And then they'll say, oh my gosh, I just was on a plane. Man, every time I get on a plane, I get sick. I'm like, no, no, no. Do you understand? The universe is always listening. Exactly what Jenna just talked about. She said that I believe the universe is always listening. Yes. So the second that you put something out there, like, oh man, it's flu season now. Be careful. You're gonna get the flu. That means if the universe is listening and what you put out there, you get back, you will get sick. You will get the flu. Well, that seems crazy. Why would you believe in it over here on one segment of your life and the gratitude journal and the affirmations? And yes, I'm a firm believer in this concept, and then say things like that. And I hear it on a regular basis. So be aware everything that you say, everything that you think, everything that you believe is speaking to the universe. Whether internally or externally, it doesn't matter. You think it is, and you're speaking it into the universe. And so be aware that when you predict that things are going to happen in the negative, and then they do, it's not that you predicted it, you actually created it. That's what the law of attraction is saying, isn't it? That we actually, in some way, somehow, and they still don't truly understand how this happens. And there's a few different theories that I can lay out in a few different belief systems. And I believe in that all of it actually is affecting the outcome. So we have a lot of different components, a lot of different forces that actually make this so that what you put out there, you get back. Only when you understand this and you believe it, make sure that you're speaking into the universe exactly what you want at all times. That it isn't a matter of, oh, only when you're doing your gratitude journal, your affirmations, or only when you're speaking about how successful you're going to be. It's about everything in life. I remember, and this is one of those oddball examples that you just go, what? Well, maybe. However, we were flying out, and this was years and years and years ago. And my daughters, Amanda and Alex, were young girls. And it was only the four of us in the car. So my wife and I and Amanda and Alex, my two young girls, were in the car. And we were leaving and we were taking a trip. And so the four of us were in the car and we were leaving early in the morning. Like this was like, I don't know, it must have been 3-4 in the morning, leaving to get to the airport on time. We had an early morning flight. And so we're leaving the house. It must have been like 4 in the morning. So now at 4 in the morning, like there's nobody out. It's still dark out. And we're leaving our driveway and we're in a road that is suburban, but it's there's a school right down the block from us and there's a church. So there's a fairly good amount of traffic during the day on this road. But at night, there was nobody on the road, but it's definitely a road that is a thoroughfare, if you will, that can be. And so we're leaving the driveway. And as we're going down our hill, my wife says, "Oh, better slow down. You're going to get a ticket." Now it's 4 in the morning. It's dark outside. There's nobody, not a car in sight anywhere, let alone a headlight, let alone anything. Like it is just black, just dark out. So she says, "Watch out. Better slow down. You're going to get a ticket." Now, both my daughters, who have been trained on this from when they were young, so they know, because I've been training at this level for a long time now, they both said to their mom, "Mom, why did you say that? You know what you put out there, you get back." Not 30 seconds later, the lights come out of nowhere. I don't know where the car came from. The cop car, the lights, and we get pulled over for, yes, speeding in the school zone. And it was, a few miles over the speed limit. But again, there was no car in sight, let alone the cop car. I have no idea where he came from. Was that an example of law of attraction? Was that an example of the universe is always listening? My wife put it out there and so it happened. Or was that, just those one of those funny coincidences? Only it was my wife put it out there. My daughters reminded my wife that, oh my gosh, why did you put it out there? Now it's going to happen. And not 30 seconds later, the cop car comes out of nowhere. These things happen on a regular basis. And I hear this over and over and over again. And I've experienced it over and over and over again. And then there are others that go, yeah, nah. That was coincidence. You just paid attention to it, you noticed it, and so it became a great story. But what if my wife saying that really did cause that ticket? What if that's the way the universe works? What if we're right? That what you put out there, and specifically everything that you put out there, everything that you think, that you believe, that you say, absolutely creates your universe. How would you think differently? How would you experience differently? How would you engage in the world differently than you do right now? Would you say things different? Would you think different? Would you do things different than you do? That's so much of what we're talking about. And it's so fascinating when we look at our world through that lens. And we recognize now we've seen examples of this over and over and over again. And for everyone that is listening here, absolutely, absolutely, I want to let you know we do have a special offer coming up for our event where we do a deep dive in a conversation like this, and really the details of, at the Maverick Success Live, the details of how do you specifically put it out there? How do you engage with the universe so that this isn't just happenstance? This happens over and over and over again in your life, where you put it out there and you experience it hands-on, where it actually shows up in exactly the way you do it. And how do you engage with the universe to empower the universe to serve all that you want in your world with abundance? That's one of the topics that we talk about at Maverick Success Live, designed for entrepreneurs on how to step up. And it's a huge opportunity right now. We're talking about so many of the timeless things. Right now is the biggest opportunity you have for entrepreneurship in growing your business, doubling your income, and creating more. Absolutely pay attention. This is a special offer that we put out here. So this isn't available anywhere else. Grab hold of this special offer and watch what happens. There's so many examples. For instance, and I remember years ago with Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey a while back said that he wrote in his early stages of having his career, he wrote a check, and he wrote a check for $10 million. And he said this was, and he visualized it, and he put it out there every day. I am going to get paid $10 million for a movie, and it's going to happen. And I'm going to get paid $10 million for a movie as an actor, and it's going to happen. And he kept putting it out there. And this was in a day where no one made that kind of money. This was insane. He said, I'm going to be the guy. And it was within his career that he ended up doing the and I believe it was the Joker, but it might have been another one, where he actually made a movie and got paid $10 million. Now, again, who knows? Would have happened anyway? I don't know. There's so many examples. Oprah talks a lot about her vibrations with the universe, and her putting out there that she was going to become rich, that she was going to become famous, and the details around that, and then how her energy is and her vibration resonates with so many people. And she talks about that, and that's one of the cornerstones for her success in creating billions of dollars and being one of the richest women in the world. Will Smith talks about what he put out there, and he put out there that he was going to be an actor and a highly successful one. And he talked about this. One of the greatest lines I love is, there was no and there is no plan B. There's no plan B. It's success or die. There is no plan B. And it puts out there, I am going to make it. I'm going to create success. I am going to make this happen. It is going to happen. The universe knows it already. Jennifer Lawrence is another one that said from early on, she knew she was going to be ultimately famous and a Hollywood movie star. Arnold Schwarzenegger talked about early on, he was a bodybuilder and he started telling everyone he was going to be a Hollywood star. He could barely talk English. People laughed at him. And he just kept saying it over and over and over again. This whole idea of what you put out there, you get. And we see it over and over again with highly successful people saying that story, that they knew that they were going to be highly successful. They knew that this was going to happen. They knew a knowingness around their future. Absolutely come and hang out. Maverick Success Live is a perfect way to hang out with us. It's 3 days of masterminding. It's 3 days of networking. It's 3 days of talking about and having these discussions over and over again with everything that we do. And we're going to put it out there for you, Jenna. I will be in a Ford commercial. Let's see what happens. Keep us posted on that one. What are your affirmations? What is it that you have a knowingness of that you would like to share with the universe? I would love for all of you to go ahead in the comments and share with us, what is it that you want to tell the universe? What is it that you want to create for your time in your future? What is it that you want to be in the future? Put it out there. Let's test out these concepts by putting in the universe right now. A lot of people hold back from sharing. A lot of people keep from actually engaging in the world at this level. I want to encourage you, put your deepest thoughts in here as far as what you want to share, who you want to be, what you want to become. Put it here. I am a movie star. I am going to be in a Ford commercial. I am their top model. I am a millionaire. I'm a billionaire. I'm going to create the largest supply chain of, I don't know, create your own. Put it out in the universe. What is it that your future holds? What's your knowingness? Let's create that engagement right here, like Jenna has done. So absolutely ask the universe. All of this, and what it does is it brings the universe right to your doorstep. That you can create the world of your dreams and have it delivered right to you when you express it in the effective way. What you put out there, you get back. And what happens is that you can actually direct it, not just in a good career, but in the amount of money that you're going to get, the amount of joy that you have, the people that enter your life, the happiness that you experience. All of this you can be asking the universe for every single day and watch it get delivered to you in spades. I definitely want to talk further about this and go into detail. I'm going to do a podcast about this training. So absolutely go and participate with our podcast as well, the Maverick Success. The Mavericks Do It Different podcast. You can find it all over on Spotify and on all the other places where you listen to your podcast. But Mavericks Do It Different podcast. And we're going to talk more about this concept of asking the universe, because there's so many different theories around it, from quantum physics to things like self-fulfilling prophecy, which is from my psychology days. And social psychology actually has a physical explanation to this. Cognitive dissonance, our reticular activating system. There's also confirmation bias. There's a whole lot of reasons why this works in this way. I'm going to do a podcast on all these different methodologies of why this works. Only know that there's so many schools of thoughts on this and all lead to the same conclusion. What you put out there, you get back. What you express, either through thoughts, through beliefs, through words, you receive. Ask the universe and it'll be delivered. Pay attention to that in all aspects of your life. Watch what happens. Absolutely engage, share, communicate this message throughout. You can share this video with others. Let the message be known. And you want to have conversations around this and more, how you can deliver the universe today to your doorstep. Absolutely share. Maverick Success Live. We're here for you. Talk to you real soon. Thank you so much, guys. Talk to you soon.